Popeye, muscles? Muscles! In the peaceful town of Sweethaven, Popeye is enjoying a quiet afternoon by the harbor. Seagulls fly overhead. Boats gently rock on the water. Everything seems calm, but not for long. Popeye sits on a wooden crate eating a sandwich. Popeye says, nothing beats a peaceful day. Suddenly, a loud voice echoes across the harbor. Bluto says, "Out of the way, weaklings." Everyone turns. Bluto arrives, carrying an enormous steel anchor on one shoulder. The townspeople gasp. Townsperson number 1. "Wow, look at those muscles." Townsperson number 2. "Bluto must be the strongest man alive." Bluto flexes dramatically. Bluto says, "That's right. Nobody's stronger than me." He notices Popeye. "Especially not that skinny sailor." The crowd laughs. Popeye shrugs. Popeye says, "I ain't interested in no muscle contest." Bluto says, "Scared you'll lose?" Popeye says, "Nah, I just got better things to do." Bluto smirks. Bluto responds, "Then I'll prove who's strongest in town." The muscle competition. A crowd gathers around. Olive Oil arrives carrying groceries. "What's going on?" Townsperson says, "Bluto challenged Popeye to a strength contest." Olive Oil says, "Oh, dear." Bluto begins showing off. He lifts barrels. He bends metal rods. He tosses crates into the air. The crowd cheers wildly. Bluto says, "Who's impressed?" Everyone applauds. Then Bluto points at Popeye. "Your turn, sailor." Popeye stands up slowly. He lifts a small bucket. The crowd laughs. "That's all you've got?" Popeye says, "Yep." Bluto says, "Huh, you're pathetic." Olive looks embarrassed. Suddenly, a loud crack echoes from the harbor. Everyone turns. A giant cargo crane begins tipping over. Its heavy load swings wildly above the crowd. People scream. TOWNSBRSLNS says, "Run." The crane's support cable snaps. The giant cargo container starts falling. Olive Oil says, "Help." Bluto rushes forward. Bluto says, "Stand back. I'll save everyone." He grabs the container. His muscles bulge. His face turns red. The container keeps falling. It's too heavy. The crowd panics. Popeye jumps into action. Popeye says, "Looks like it's time." He reaches into his pocket. A can of spinach appears. The crowd cheers. Crowd says, "Spinach, spinach." Popeye pops the can open. Whoosh. The spinach flies directly into his mouth. Instantly, his forearms expand. His muscles grow. His eyes shine with determination. Popeye says, "I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eats me spinach." The classic Popeye theme plays. The container crashes downward. Popeye leaps high into the air. Boom! He catches it with one hand. The crowd gasps. Bluto's jaw drops. Popeye gently places the container on the dock. Everyone cheers. But the danger isn't over. The crane begins collapsing entirely. Huge metal pieces tumble toward the town. Popeye spins like a tornado. Whirl, whirl, whirl. He catches every falling piece. Then he twists the metal together. Within seconds, he accidentally creates a giant statue shaped like a spinach can. The crowd erupts in laughter and applause. Bluto looks defeated. Bluto says, "How do you always beat me?" Popeye smiles. Popeye says, "Because strength ain't just muscles." Bluto says, "What do you mean?" Popeye replied, "Real strength means helping others when they need ya." The crowd nods. Olive smiles proudly. Olive Oil says, "That's why Popeye's a hero." Bluto scratches his head. Bluto replied, "Maybe I've been showing off too much." Popeye replied, "You think?" Everyone laughs.